one. I appreciate you guys for bearing with me through these technical difficulties. But this is part two of the four skills that help set me free from a W 2 forever. Things like content creation, digital franchising, marketing, and automation. And we talk about how to master your message through your content on social media, right? And how and why is that so important? So if you have not seen that, make sure you go watch part one of this particular training series. All right. And so the second part of digital franchising, I break down how you can own a digital business or digital businesses. There's no limit to how many you can own, right? As much as your budget, right? But per investment, getting into a digital business, kind of like owning a Chick-fil-A or a Starbucks, right? But I walked you through how that works, what that means, and all of that. So if you have not already seen part one, make sure you go watch part one of the four skills that help me break free from a W 2 forever. All right. So let's get into marketing, right? So we've discussed, if you watch the end of part one where things kind of went kind of south, we talked about the fact that marketing is how you promote yourself, your business, your product, or your service. Excuse me. Marketing, or in this particular instance, in digital marketing, it is marketing either way, but it is how the planet Earth moves any business. How any business finds clients, finds people, finds customers. Marketing is how everything moves, right? Whether you're a nonprofit or whether you're a for profit Fortune 500 company, you have to have cohesive, understandable, and relatable marketing. That's why the big dogs, they hire marketing firms, $1 million marketing firms that help them make billions of dollars to be able to leverage those skills that people have to be able to get their products, business, and services into your home, right? There's no way you can get out of needing the skill of marketing, right? Even in the world of AI, even in the world of artificial intelligence and artificially created content, it would mean nothing if people did not understand how to properly connect, how to properly market the business. And at the center of marketing are these principles: being more valuable and more relatable, right? It's not enough to say, well, you should buy this battery, right? This battery is a good battery. You should buy it. You know you need the battery, so go ahead and buy the battery. It's $2.99. Go ahead and buy the battery because this is why. No. And funny enough, I know I joke about that, but funny enough, that's the approach, even in digital business, that people take in their marketing, right? Let's just take the course space, and don't be mad. This is not trying to make fun of anybody. This is trying to show you the difference between what marketing is and what convincing is in business, right? We don't convince anyone here, right? Not in the Kingdom Digital Academy. I'm not here to convince you to buy anything. I'm here to plant a seed and I'm here to water it. Those two things: planting a seed, making sure you are aware of something that you didn't realize that you may have needed because I needed it, right? I am a husband, I am a father, I am someone who loves Jesus, who loves food, who loves comedy, who loves movies, right? So people just like me need to realize what it is that made a difference for me. Think about it. We market 24/7, right? Whenever we're presenting something, and it don't have to be suit and tie, it don't have to be PowerPoint slide deck. No, it don't have to be none of that. It could be something as simple as, hey, will you go to the movies with me? Hey, do you think that you'll be open to getting tacos this Tuesday? Do you think that this Friday that we might be able to grab a cup of coffee and talk about work or talk about life or talk about how we get to know each other? If you are in a relationship right now, you are at least a proficient marketer. If you are married right now, you have taken the master course. No, I'm just playing, right? You at least know how to show the value that you provide to your mate, right? Or the value that you could provide to your mate. And based on the problem of loneliness or the problem of not having support, right? And I'm not even close to talking about financially. I'm talking about somebody to do life with, somebody to laugh with, somebody to enjoy those moments with, right? Somebody to go on vacation with, right? If you are married, you are an expert marketer because you knew how to market what? Yourself, right? You knew how to show your husband or show your wife who you are and how you can make a difference in their life. And because you built a relationship based on trust, you guys decided to walk together, hopefully, till the day that God calls you home, right? So, you know what the Bible says, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing? You still, once you found her husbands, once you found her potential husbands, you still have to show her who you are, right? And show her that you're able to be the man that God calls you to be, because even though he's doing the work, you still have to show that you're willing to let the work be done and do your part, right? So, back on course. If you do this for food, if you do this for movies, you do this for Netflix series, you do this for simple things, right? The washer that you didn't think would be the best thing that ever happened to your home, or the guy that met you last week at the train station, and because you didn't have any quarters to call whoever, I'm talking like this is the 80s and 90s, right? Because you didn't have enough to get an Uber or to get a Lyft, the guy offered to split an Uber with you and told you, you know what, don't worry about it, right? And you went home to your friend and talked about, girl, you would never believe the cutie pie that I met. You would never believe when you tell your boys, man, you wouldn't believe the woman I met. Does she have a sister? Right? We do all these things. We refer people to things without even thinking about it. But why do we do that? If we find a coupon on Groupon, if we go to Bahamas, if we go on a cruise somewhere, or we take a test drive for a car, we tell people about the things that make a difference for us, right? That's marketing, right? There, listen, I've said it once and I'll say it again. There's no way you can be in any type of business where you hope to make money and not have to know or be proficient at marketing, right? This is just the third of the four skills, but it's one of the most important. Knowing how to be more valuable, knowing how to be more relatable, knowing how to be consistent in your marketing and presenting a proficiently mastered brand message. Again, knowing how to say what you need to say in videos, in still shots, and text on screen, or whatever it is, whatever you choose to communicate, you need to understand how to frame your message. Another part that we're going into here in a minute is SEO, search engine optimization. Sorry, search engine optimization. That's a part, the automation portion we'll talk about in just a couple of minutes. Marketing is an essential part of you bridging the gap between the value you have The value that made a difference for you, that's a hot take. The value that made a difference for you and the value you will get paid for by the people that will pay you for it, right? You have to understand that that is a bridge that you build. But you want to hear something real? Most people quit before the bridge is completed. And quitting is the only way you guarantee that your marketing, nigh your business, will ever be profitable, right? In business and at your job, you have hard days, but not because you have an especially hard day that you quit your job, right? Not and it's the same in business, not because